Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, and the Tier 2 blue emote. If you are currently a subscriber, reply with those emotes. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can throw other people's emotes in there or just say hi or be a lurker. Also throw emotes because we're thanking Arctic Sloth for subscribing at Tier 1 for 12 months. That's the full year. Let's hit the applause there. Thank you very much, Arctic Sloth, for renewing your subscription. Appreciate that very much. Ghost Valve is here. Hello, Ghost Valve. We are currently at 39 subscribers out of 40. You can see that right there. We're at 39. Trying to get up to that big 4-0. If you would like to become a subscriber, you could do that now. If you want to get this up to somebody in the community, you could do that anytime. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, friends, to the Build with Baer Workshop on a fine Monday. It's Boxing Day for some of the world, and for other people, it's... Wait, is it a federal holiday? There's no mail? There's no banks? Oh, because Christmas was on a Sunday. Okay. Aristofan just subscribed at Tier 2. That's 52 months at Tier 2 on a 52-month streak. So we're going to hit the applause there. Let's throw the emotes in for Aristofan. 52 months is so many months. Thank you, Aristofan, for subscribing for so many months and being a Tier 2 subscriber. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. So I am a little frazzled. I got into the house at 8:50. And you know, East Coast time, I go live at 9 p.m. Now, was I prepared for this stream? Yes. I had all my email stuff set up. I had OBS open, had the camera on. I was ready to go tonight. Rolled in. But I didn't get a lot of chance to decompress because I went out to dinner. We'll talk about that as we build. It's easy enough. I got Azul, the board game Azul, from my cousin's family. Which is very kind of them to get me a gift. It's very lovely of them. Hey, Lord Crashington, and welcome. But yeah, we went out to dinner, and the place they picked was a little farther away than I would have guessed. So I was like, oh, okay. But we managed to get here, no problem. Got back in time. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of time to transition. It's going to almost reach 32 degrees tomorrow, says Lord Crashington. Congratulations, Lord Crashington. It is currently about 30 degrees here, which is the coldest it's been at night. But it will warm up a bit tomorrow, and I might even go for a walk, which would be nice because I gotta shake out. I gotta move my body around more. I've been biking, but it's not the same as getting out there and going for a nice long walk. Really stretch everything out. I'm not going to stretch this intro out anymore. Hell yeah. Still got it. I'm going to retweet my tweet. See if we can get a few more friends in here for the end of a totally fine kit and the beginning of a weird fun kit. I appreciate a person tagging me about someone that doesn't follow me tagging me because someone was asking a question about Gundam figures. But I was like, no, I don't. Look, if you're out there and someone asks you or their Twitter followers a question about Gundam, you can tag me. But if somebody needs a favor, don't tag me in favors. You all know that. I'm speaking to the choir here. Overhead shot. Hell yeah, here we go. Let's do it. We are body complete on this kit, as you can see. But we don't have the backpack done. That's the last thing we need to do is build a backpack. So let's build a backpack. I need B. Where is B? There's B. No, it's O. Where's B? C. B12, B13, O1. There we go. That's what I need. It's O. As you can see, O is the most modern of this kit, because this is the Strike is a variant of the Strike, is the Aile Strike. That's how you're a 1% Gunpla streamer. Yes, when people just tag you on anything Gunpla related. Now, that is different from, Pat, I want to send you this thing, which I like, or hey, I saw this and thought of you. those are fun. Please tag me in that, like cool art and stuff, like Gundam related things. G-Witch memes, I don't know. You could do that, I guess. But it's a different story if you're like, hey, I bet Pat would want to do free labor about model kits, because the answer to that is probably not. Oh, you got Lashbrook says it was like down to 0 wind chill Friday morning, and it's already back in the 60s. Lashbrook, that's great to hear. I'm happy for you, my friend, that you are getting some stronger weather. Okay, so I got to put stickers on these. So the backpack has got most of this kit's stickers are for the wings here on this backpack. So, which makes sense. It makes sense that this isn't color accurate because it's a thin piece of plastic and it's not layered. It's annoying because what if this wasn't me putting a bunch of stickers on and it just was already the right color? That would be great, but you know, it happens. I try to complain less about stickers unless they're pains in the asses. But if they're like just applying a sticker, I'm trying to be better about that because I do get frustrated about stickers. You don't need that from me. B12 and B13. Let's get those on. Let's just get these on first and then we'll do the stickers. Like I said, I'm just kind of getting, like I didn't have time to really decompress and get ready for the stream as much as I would normally have on a Monday. But that's okay. It happens. Yeah, so went out to dinner, went to World of Beer, which is nice. A little bit of a drive, but nice. You know what they have at World of Beer? Lots of different beers. That's what they have. They also have a steak sandwich that I really liked with au jus dipping sauce that had some onions in it. The au jus was almost like it was almost like having like an onion soup, like a French onion soup au jus. It was very tasty. That was pleasant, and got to see my cousin and his wife and their kids. It was nice. Talk to them a little bit, see what's going on with them. For many years, they're both whole people, but like the older one is of the two kids is in like 5th grade, and she's like a real person with a whole personality and thoughts and feelings, and like right now we're at a phase where like they know me, but like I'm not in their lives all the time. You know what I mean? Like I'm their dad's cousin. I'm around. They know of me. They hear what's going on with me, but I'm not like active in their lives because they live in different states, and that's just how the family is. But I always try to like see what's going on, ask them questions, see what they're into, see if they want to talk, because sometimes kids don't want to talk to family members they don't know, and that's fine. All right, 2 and 4, but which one is on this side? Which one? Let's do 2 first, and then we'll see. We'll see where this sticker goes. But yeah, I checked in with them to see how they're doing, and then, good old dad was telling a dad joke. He basically let me know what you can call her, and then like had this weird ridiculous name that is clearly just an in-joke in the family, in the house, like dad's annoying thing that he says. This isn't actually a sticker. This is just the border that I took off a mistake. So that's fun. That's a fun mistake on my part. But basically it was just like, oh, here's a nickname. You can just call her this. And I just immediately go, look, I know what I know a thing that dad says to annoy a kid. And she immediately appreciated that I was like, I know not to call you this. What kind of joke you trying to pull on me, cousin? I know that you say this you pretend that this is her real actual name, and then she groans and says, Dad, and that's your in-joke. Like, I understand. I can pick that in-joke up right off the bat. You're not fooling me. You're not going to get me to call her a bunch of weird or a long weird name that has princess at the start of it. You're not fooling me, Dad. But yeah, it was nice to see him and talk. My cousin and I don't see each other that often. He's only a couple years older than me. My younger cousin, his younger brother, is like 3 months younger than me, so really my age. But we were all pretty close growing up. We saw each other enough. We lived close enough in Connecticut that we got to see each other quite often. But we haven't lived in the same state in a very long time. It just is a wonderful coincidence that my cousin's wife's parents retired somewhat close to where my parents retired. Not on purpose, it just happened that way. So they get down here for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, and then we try to meet up and have a little meal and catch up. And it's nice. It's nice to be able to do that. This sticker is this is a large sticker that is just annoying. Harold's here. What's up, Harold? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. As always, we're throwing in the emotes and spending a little time. All right, we got this finally done. It's not going to be perfect. I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to be on there. All right, and that goes in like this. Yeah. Goes there, and then we'll do the other stickers that we got to do over on this side. And then we'll be done with stickers, which is great. We only have 2 more stickers to apply on this kit. There are some stickers for the Juaggu, but, not too many, but a few. So we'll apply those stickers when the time is right, when we got to. Let's get this going here. All right, what's going on with me? Like I said, had dinner. Feel good to see people do the whole thing. But normally on Monday evenings, I record my Wednesday stream, or my Wednesday video, I should say, not my stream. So the very last Do You Remembaer, which should go out to people on Tuesday, tomorrow, a day early, but then goes to everybody on Wednesday. I usually film those Monday night. And I didn't get to it today. So tomorrow when I get up, or tonight if I'm feeling like I can do it, I'll either do it tonight after the stream, or I will do it tomorrow. I'm going to try to do it tonight because I don't really want to do it tomorrow. I'd much rather just get it done and be done with it. I mentioned my new project. I'll talk about that a little bit here. Barely Rehearsed. And what is Barely Rehearsed? Barely Rehearsed is character monologues, personal essays, comedy. Every Wednesday there will be a new one, and it's barely rehearsed, which means I will be off book if I can. If I cannot, I will be reading off of either my iPad mini or one of the monitors. But I will try to be off book and have a character piece memorized. It'll be a new one every week. I'm going into the archives a bit to some stuff I've written. The very first piece that I'm starting off with, I wrote, I believe, 3 years ago, because I thought it would be, it was a funny bit of business for a show, but I will be performing that. I've got some stuff from my audition, like my character audition pieces that I'll be doing. I'll be writing new material, and then throughout the year, at various points, I will have some parts that were written for me. I will be reaching out to some of my comedy friends saying, hey, if you have a character monologue that you think would be good for me, either a full character or just a piece of prose that you think would be nice to see featured. Of course, you'll get a shout out and a link in the show description to whatever website you want and all that other stuff. And allow for some of my friends to maybe find something for me. That will be a ways into the year, because I do want to write. The idea of writing 52 pieces is something that I certainly could do, but the idea that I might have some friends write some stuff and collab a little bit is also, I think, a very fun idea. So, can't say for sure that's going to happen, but that is something that I'm certainly looking to do, because I will have 52 pieces by the end of the year, and then there'll be at least one in the first month that is based on my first weekly project, background and characters, because one of those because background and characters was all improv. This will be written, pre-written material, with maybe a little improv in the moment if I'm getting into character. But for the most part, it will be all written. But there was one of my improvised monologues from that year that I really, really liked. I turned into a performance piece that I've done for auditions. So I would like to go into that and kind of rewrite it a little bit more and use that. And I think that would be kind of neat to have that piece in there because it's actually pretty good. So that's the new project. Barely Rehearsed is actually a name that I came up with second. Usually I come up with a pun name and then work my way backwards and try to figure out what the pun name could be. This time I was thinking I wanted to do some character work. And I was like, this time I'm going to rehearse it. Well, not a lot. And I was like, oh, by not a lot, I mean barely rehearse. Hell yeah. Pun. We're good. It's a good pun. We've got it. Let's do it. Do You Remembaer was me changing the lyrics of Do You Remember, and making Remembaer. And I was just like, Do You Remembaer? And I was like, oh, that should be one of my series. So let me figure out what that is. Also, you may remember that my cooking streams are called Prepare with Baer, or the Prepare with Baer Workshop, but it's Prepare with Baer. It's a lot better than the bare minimum. Yeah, I'm John. Also, hi, I'm John. No, yeah, bare minimum definitely sounds like nah. That's probably not going to be the title. I can't remember what pun I came up with that I realized, oh, that would be me doing interviews. And I was like, actually, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing interviews. The idea of me booking 52 interviews, I was like, oh no, what am I talking about? No. I think it was like Baer Conversations or something to that effect. But I really did for a hot second, I did think that I was going to I played around with the idea of doing 52 interviews. And I was just like, no, that's not going to happen. There's no fucking way I would be that on top of things. An interview year would be wild. Yes, John, it would be unbelievably wild for me to like embark on that. I would have to do so much work ahead of time for that. Hey, I would have been up for an interview. Yeah, Harold, I appreciate that. Look, it could happen sometime. It could end up being a project I do in the future. It's just the idea, like, I was just like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. To find 52 different people to interview. Yeah, well, Lord Crashington. So it's not even just finding 52 people. It's scheduling 52 people, like, finding the time for it, doing the edits on it, cutting out anything they don't want, hoping that their internet connection is good and their mics are good and my local recording is good. And did they locally record? Because it would be a video interview, and then how long are the interviews, and like what's the subject matter and all that. Like, woof. No. And yeah, I mean, I guess there would have been nothing stopping me from doing multiple interviews with people throughout the year and like doing like check-in interviews, but I'm like, that's a lot to ask. Also, it is a big ask to be like, hey, I'm doing a video project where I interview people every week. Especially like the first month where it's just like none of them are up right now, but I'm prepping them. Yeah. That is a project that I feel like is too ambitious. Like, Do You Remembaer? Look, were there times where it was Monday and it was time to record and I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about? Yeah. And you could probably tell. You could probably find a few videos that you could guess Pat really didn't know what he was going to do with this one. Until it happened. Like, you probably figure that out, which ones are like that. But for the most part, it's just like, okay, I know what I'm going to talk about. I've got a few here. I can just pick one out of my list of things that I want to go over. Great, we're doing it. Okay, good. Now we'll move on to the next thing. No problem. Nice and easy. This new project, does require me, a Barely Rehearsed will require me to rehearse. At the very least, I will have to write some things. So there will be some work on this one. It will still be less work than when I was reacting to things, because I constantly had to find videos to react to. And then when I stopped doing that, then I had to have clips every week. And I had to like find clips of the streams that I thought were good. And I was like constantly being like, is this good? Oh, I have this one that I recorded this clip like 3 weeks ago, but I didn't do anything with it. Does that mean I don't like it? Oh, well, I don't know. This is another Pokemon one. Is that too soon to the last clip I did about a Pokemon stream? And it just became like, that was a lot of work. This one is going to be some writing or some editing of previous material that I have in my Google Drive. And it'll be some work, but it won't be a lot of work. It will be barely work. Yeah, Lord Crushton. It will be barely. But it will still be some prep. I think this, by its very nature, Do You Remembaer is probably like the best, one of the easier ones, because it was just me reading and then trying to remember what I read and hopefully be entertaining. It actually was the easiest I did, because backgrounded characters was hard because I had to use a green screen for all of that. So I had to have the green screen up and running and try to make that look halfway decent, because I was never great at it, of using the chroma key. And then also I had to find 52 backgrounds that were different and then improvise based on that background. And eventually I was running out of backgrounds that I liked. Then that became part of the job. I had a part-time job of finding cool backgrounds. So that ended up being more work. Yeah, I would say this one was probably the least amount of work of any of them, which was good. So I think this is kind of unique and fun. The beam saber holders here are actually on the backpack instead of on the side skirts, and I think that's pretty neat. It's a good place to put these, and they just live there, and then you put them on. You put the beam on there, the beam blade, and all that, which we won't necessarily do. But yeah, we are almost done with this back. We got to put the rockets on the bottom of this, but we are close to being done with this, which means we're almost ready to move on to our new kit. So let's build these. Luckily, these do not require stickers. These are already blue. Or, sorry, blue. What am I saying? They're already red. Yikes. You may be able to tell I'm a little out of sorts. Okay, so we talked about that. I'm looking at my list of things to talk about. Second hour, we'll talk about a manga, and we'll talk about some anime. I do want to put this up here. We'll look at this while I get some stuff cut here. Please enjoy all of the model kits that I have purchased, either or gifted to me at Christmas. As you can see, the Miles Morales Lego. Lasbrick says at some point I need to tear my PG apart and fix its Aile Strike pack. As you can see there, we got Miles Morales Lego. That was a gift from my parents, which is kind. They often pick up something off of, not even on my wish list. They just find something they think would be neat, and usually it's a Lego set, which is very kind of them. Yes, as mentioned by Lasbrick saying USA, 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 we have the entry grade RX-782 USA America edition, which, as featured in Gundam Breaker Battlelog, it is a Target exclusive, I believe. If not, it was debuted in Target, and I have picked that up. I picked up that and the Ninjago kit there, a Ninjago jet, are both purchases that I made at it's Zane's Golden Dragon jet. Those are both Target purchases because I got a Target gift card, and most of the model kits they have there, I already have, and a lot of the Lego they have there, I don't want. So it was a fun challenge to find things to get there. So I got that. And then in the middle, I had a poll. I was tweeting about it. I mentioned it here on Saturday. I had a poll to decide what I was going to purchase. An expensive kit because I got a large gift card to Amazon. And the last several years I have done this. I have used my large gift card to Amazon to purchase something that I normally would not purchase because it is too damn expensive. Whatever it ends up being would always be too pricey, and I would never purchase it myself. This time around, I used my gift card plus some of my own funds because I wanted expedited shipping. Now, unfortunately, there was no good reason for me to pay for extra shipping. Now, it will get here faster with expedited shipping, but it won't get here when I would like it to be, which would be the middle of January. I most likely will not receive the Heavy Arms Eagle unit, being the Manga version, which is just the Heavy Arms with way more shit on it, way more missiles and all that. Take that down. We'll make this bigger here. As you can see, it has more rockets around the rockets, and it has shoulder-mounted things that go on there that are not normally part of the kit, and then also like tank tread struts for the back of it because it's added so much weight, which is nonsense. It's a wonderful nonsense kit. This was a premium Bandai exclusive. It is coming from Japan. Here's the problem right now. The shipping company that this the place that would use it is closed right now because of the holiday, and they are closed through New Year's. So it won't get shipped out until sometime in the beginning of next year. When will it get shipped out? I don't know. So I did purchase it. Every kit, every version of this kit available on Amazon, no matter what price I paid, all were coming from Japan and all would have had the same issue. So even though I paid more for expedited shipping instead of the slow shipping, I'm still glad I did, because when it does ship, it will go on the faster method and not the slowest method. So I still will get it sooner that way, but I don't know when I'm getting it. So if you were like, oh, I can't wait to vote on that, you know, if you're one of my $10 patrons, you're going to have to wait on it because it's not coming anytime soon. It's going to take some time before I get that. But I did purchase that today. Hello. That Heavy Arms Eagle unit won the poll. Didn't win. I'm doing well. Thanks. The question is, did it win like in a landslide? No. The Providence kit did pretty okay, which is a surprise because I mean, that one's not a surprise because it's like a cool, weird spaceship unit. So I understand its backpack looks like a spaceship, and so I understand why someone would want me to build that model kit. But I really thought that the most expensive one was going to be a landslide victory, and it did win 50-something%, but still. And people were like, I did have one person say, I'm voting for the Eclipse because you build a lot of heavy arms, which is true. Because I built the Heavy Arms Endless Waltz version, which was my white whale that I always wanted to build. And I most recently purchased and built the Heavy Arms Custom, which is the mid-season replacement with the double guns. So I very recently built several heavy arms. So I understand. I built a lot of heavy arms, but this is one that I have wanted to build, and I also really like the heavy arms. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. You just got the Dom's Charger Lego set. Oh, nice. That's awesome. That is a cool look. Hey, that's a cool looking charger. That just looks like a fun Lego set. Nice. Ghostfowl says, I voted the heavy arms because it seems like you like to build heavy arms. I do. If you're like, Pat, well, now that you've now that you've bought the most expensive kit on your wish list, on your Amazon wish list, like, what are you going to do? Well, don't worry. I added another expensive kit to my wish list that's even more expensive. It's the Tall Geese 3 with the wings. I have to look up the name of it. It's like Fugal or whatever. It's basically the Tall Geese 3 with the Wing Zero's wings from Endless Waltz. And it is now the most expensive kit on my wish list. Yes, because it is right now coming from $134 right now. Oh, wait, yeah. It's not the Tall Geese 3, it's the Tall Geese 2. My apologies, friends. It's the Tall Geese 2 with all that. Or is it the Tall Geese with all that? It's the Tall Geese. What am I even saying? It's not the Tall Geese 3. It's the original Tall Geese with a variation of the wings. And it's got a lance and a gun. That's right. It's the original Tall Geese. It's beautiful looking. It's got some new weapons. And it looks cool. Yeah, it's not even the Tall Geese 2. It's the original Tall Geese. Fugal. Yeah. Lord Crashing says, each of the pictures I looked at were better than the previous, so I picked the third option. I like all three of those kits. They're still on my wish list. If someone else wants to buy them off my wish list, I will certainly build them because they are cool looking. But it was a thing where I was like, yeah, I did want to get that. So, I have wanted to build that kit. I like Gundam Wing. I like the suits from Gundam Wing, except for one. We know this. I'm not a big Sandrock fan. The coolest part of the Sandrock is the weapons, and that's about it. It does. Okay, the kit eventually it has a cloak, and that is neat. I do like capes and cloaks on mobile suits, so it's not all bad, but it's not like all good. It's not my favorite. It'll never be my favorite kit. So the Sandrock is always going to be my least favorite kit from Wing. So it's like, what are you going to do? Oh yeah, this kit has knives. I forgot. We'll take one knife out of here and we'll give this kit a knife. I do like that it has knives. I do like a mobile suit that has a knife or a blade. I think it is fun. And then here's the last thing I'll say about the heavy arms. The last thing I'll say about the heavy arms angle is that you can take off all the attachments and put them on the blue heavy arms custom from Endless Waltz. So I'll dig out that master grade out of my short storage here. It's under my bed. I'll take that out and make that kit and put all that on there when we're done. So that way we'll be able to maybe display it that way, and I think that would be pretty funny. Because that kit already has the double barrel guns, and so I think adding in even more missiles to that. Also, the green of the shoulder mounted pieces, I think the green will look way better with the blue than it does with the white and red and orange. I think that green color is a mistake myself, personally. So I like the idea that of changing that up might be cool. And I haven't built that master grade heavy arms in a while, so that'll be nice to build. Other things to talk about here tonight. Let's see. I would like to hear from y'all. If you got anything for Christmas that you want to tell me about, please let me know. If you got any model kits or Lego stuff, we heard about the Dom's Charger Lego set. But yeah, if you got anything that fits in with what I do here, or if you just want to be like, I don't know, somebody got me a gift certificate to a bunch of like frozen steaks that are sent to me in the mail, and you just want to tell me about that. I would love to hear from you about cool things that are coming your way, or also, did you buy yourself something nice? Did you buy yourself something cool that you're like, I don't know, I bought a Steam Deck, Pat. Like, let me know. Or like, I finally got an Xbox or whatever. Like, I want to hear from you. Let me know if there's anything that you want to share with me that you purchased or were gifted, because it's nice. I got some clothes that it's nice to have. Christmas socks, not socks that are themed on Christmas, just socks I received at Christmas. That's just nice. Those are just things that I'm like, hell yeah. New socks? That sounds great. Excited to put those on. So I got a little of that, just a few things. I'm an adult now, so I still get fun toy stuff, but also, gift cards. I already talked about the Target gift card that I got and the Amazon gift card that I got that I used to purchase model kits that I will be building later. Let's see if there's anything else that I got. I got Azul, as I said, the tabletop game Azul. Got that from my cousin's family, who's very kind of them. I don't know when I will play that or who I'll play that with, but now I have it, which is neat. I could take it with me to PAX Unplugged and then get people to play there. That is probably actually, or if I go to PAX East, which I'm still not sure if I'm going or not, but if I do go to PAX East, I could bring it and then just set up in the free play area and see if someone will come, and then post in the like in the looking for group thing, and see if anybody will come and play Azul with me. I could just do that if I wanted to. One thing I bought was creatine, which is about as boring of a supplement as you can get. Yeah, Ghost Val, I will say that is pretty standard. Okay, yeah. I mean, you bought that. Good. You got it. Clearly, this is something that you wanted, or, and you got it. So that's good. Lord Crashington says, I got a new phone to upgrade from my old phone that's had some cracks and a bulging battery. You got to replace that. Cracks, you can kind of like live around and like put a new screen protector on so that my finger doesn't get like constantly touching cracked glass. You can get around that, but a bulging battery, you got to get replaced. So that was a nice surprise. I'm planning on using the cash I got to help cover much of the cost of a Steam Deck. Hell yeah, Lord Crashington, get that Steam Deck. Enjoy your sitting away from your computer gaming on games you could play on your computer as well. Enjoy that. But that, yeah, you got a bulging battery on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet. You got to get that shit taken care of ASAP, because that's not going to, I'll say this, friends. When you got a bulging battery, it doesn't get better. It might not get much worse. It eventually will get worse. But it's never going to get better. I want to double check. Are these parts that we don't use, or did I miss them? This is on C. Let me check C. Okay, yeah, these are parts that we don't use. Great. There's 2 parts left over, which is part of the other backpack, which we have replaced with this backpack. So there are leftover parts that I could keep, but I probably won't. I probably will not keep them. And now we have completed the backpack and our rockets here. And now we can, no real need to panel line any of this, so we won't bother. And now we can attach that to our back here, and it slides over in the shoulders like so, and that's it. That's our kit. Well, it will stand up. Hell yeah, I can take a photo of it like this, because it will. The backpack is strong enough to let me have this kit like that. So that is, we have now completed the Aile Strike Gundam. Which is very cool to be putting that in the books and saying, hey, we finished that kit. Aile Strike is complete. So we get rid of that. I'm going to take a photo of this right now because, always like to take a photo of my completed kits. So we'll get that done, and then we'll move on to getting started on the Juaggu, which is a kit from 2012. Just 20 years old, no big deal. Just a 28-year-old kit. The difference in size of these manuals, look at this. This is only a couple years. This is 2012, which is clearly like a reissue of an old kit with some new thing, versus a booklet that came out just a few years later in 2015. Look at the difference in the manual size. That's a big difference. But obviously, the Juaggu was re-released for the Unicorn with some art and some stickers changed around. But it is like an older design that they updated. But it is very funny how big a difference the instruction manual is on these kits. Not trying to save paper on that one. All right, let's get this in a photo. Hell yeah, it's like 3D. It's jumping out at me. And then we'll take a photo like this so we can see all the cool elements of it. The backpack. Great. That's done. That was a fun kit. was a good build. Happy to put that together. Put that over there. There we go. You can tell this is an older kit because, like, look at how big some of these pieces are. We might finish this kit on Thursday. Like, this might be a stream and a half build. Because, like, some of these pieces are huge. I mean, there are some small pieces in here, but, like, oh, this is there's some large boys in this. Large pieces on this kit. Oh, and I have to get rid of, go up to that, put that there, get rid of that. Oh, undo. No, oh yeah. Get rid of that. Great. There we go. Hello, welcome. Got some new friends stopping in. We got some first chatters coming in tonight. Always appreciated. Welcome, welcome. Just gonna click there. We just finished up with the Aile Strike. We are now starting the high grade Juaggu from Unicorn. This is the Unicorn version from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. It's a 2012 kit. I believe all these parts are from 2012, but this is an old kit, like a reissue an old kit with some new additions, new pieces, and all that. But I do love this era of mobile suits. Like, the art is really nice. The advertisement of other kits in the line is always really good looking. And then, yeah, we got stuff like the various other kits that came out. All of this in Japanese, which is totally fine and understandable. You weren't getting your complete English language issues of this at the time. It's good looking kits in here. Rick Dom and all that. And we're starting with... we're starting with, like, the interior of the head and the nose. Because we have a wire. We're starting with a big wire. Because the nose has a wire that runs through it. The front of it. Which is so that it can move. Which makes sense. But yeah, we got to start by feeding the wire through a bunch of pieces here. It is just a fun thing to say. And we're starting with the nose piece. It's just like an odd, weird thing. But we'll get into that now. Here. Get this all bent together. Let's get started with this model kit. Alright, so I heard from some of you about stuff that you got for Christmas. Like, you know, as I get older, I just get things that I need when I need it. I'm not, like, out there really, like, with a big Christmas list. Like, I send a few things to my folks, like, hey, I would like this. They know to get me some gift cards and things like that. They always surprise me with some kind of thing that I can do for the stream. But usually it's stream-related stuff. Some friends found out I'm actually waiting on some Christmas cards, which is frustrating. Because I would have liked to get those before Christmas. But a few people I know were sending out Christmas cards, and I'm on their Christmas card list. I didn't get it yet. And I was like, oh, that's a shame. The other thing that I'm annoyed about, if I can talk about model kits for a second here, is the Red Rider, which is a premium Bandai kit. It was mailed out. FedEx originally said it was going to be delivered today. And then on Saturday, Christmas Eve day, it was like, hey, actually, it's on the truck now, so you're going to get it today. And I was like, oh, neat. And then it missed the window. And it was like, oh, I'm not getting it today? Okay. It'll be scheduled for Monday, which is today. And then it was supposed to be coming, and it didn't come. And I don't know. I'm now literally looking it up because I just realized, like, I haven't looked up. Like, what's up, FedEx? Y'all said I was gonna get it was gonna arrive today, and then it didn't. And I want to know what the fuck's going on. So now I am tracking. I'm gonna use my tracking number. Great. I have a pending out for delivery. No scheduled delivery available at this time. I'm getting a alert. That's fun. Supposedly it's on a truck again. Out for delivery. I know it's not. I mean, look, folks, it's almost 10 o'clock Eastern time. I'm not getting this tonight. But I would love if they were like, hey, it's coming tomorrow. So FedEx isn't actually usually that bad around here because that's how Premium Bandai sends out all their kits domestically here in the U.S. It's not perishable. No, it's not. So, you know, we're doing okay on that front. But it is frustrating, certainly, because, like, they said it was coming. They said, oh, it'll be here Monday. Actually, it'll be here Saturday. Actually, it'll be here Monday. We don't know when you're getting it. I'm going to get it tomorrow. Most likely, they just had too many packages. That my driver had too many packages and just didn't get to all of them, which is understandable, and I totally get it. But don't tell me I'm getting it if I don't get it. Obviously, the people that are delivering don't say that shit. They don't pick when it's supposed to come and who's going to get what. They're not in charge of that stuff. So I'm not blaming them. But it is a little annoying because that is a kit that I do want to build soon because I pre-ordered it. Last year I built the White Rider and the Black Rider. This is the Red Rider. It is the fourth of the Riders, the 4 Riders of the Apocalypse in a Gundam video game that I have never played. The Pale Rider, here's a fun fact. The Pale Rider was the very first unique custom Premium Bandai model kit. It was not a modification of another kit. It was from the ground up a new kit. And the red, white, and black riders are all variants of the Pale Rider. I have never built the Pale Rider. That came out probably like right before I started really getting into buying Premium Bandai stuff in the U.S., and it was easier to do that. That is not a white whale of mine, but it is something I would like to build someday. I did not. I need to tuck in a little bit more here. I'm going to compensate a little bit here. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be okay. To be fair, FedEx is really overwhelmed with packages. My brother works there. No, just another spicy. That I was trying to be fair. I would say Pale Rider is decent in Gundam Evolution. Yeah, I have not tried that, but that is a cool mobile suit. All of them are cool. Yeah, just another spicy. Like my big thing was, I was happy when it sounded like I was going to get my package 2 days before originally intended. It's mostly just like, it's annoying to be getting an email saying out for delivery, and then it just doesn't get delivered. That's annoying, and I kind of would prefer to just be like, it's between these days. It'll come when it comes. Like, I kind of would just prefer that. But hopefully it'll get here tomorrow. The fact that now they're like, we don't fucking know, is annoying, and hopefully tomorrow it'll get updated. That's my hope, is that it gets updated tomorrow, and I'll know tomorrow like what the fucking deal is. All right, so let's get these together here. These are segmented. These shouldn't like interlock. There should be a little give there because it does have to bend. So we just have to send this through. I'm just going by the instructions here. I don't know. I've never built a Juaggu before, either version of the Juaggu. So I'm just kind of going by, well, this seems to make sense from what I can read in these instructions. Feeding the wire through this isn't super easy here. The wire kind of doesn't want to go through, which is good because it means that these won't slip around. There's some resistance. So that is good. It's just not simple. So we'll probably talk more of this as we get into the end of the year. Reminder, this Saturday, I welcome you to join me for the countdown to the new year here on the East Coast of the United States. I will be starting my normal stream time of 9 p.m. Eastern, and I will be doing an extra hour. The first 2 hours will be model kit building, and then the last hour we'll be playing Jackbox Party Pack with all of you, or anyone who's there, I should say. So if you're going to be around that night, if you can't make it to the normal stream and you want to come in for the countdown, you're more than welcome to come for the Jackbox in the third hour. If you can only come for the normal time, and once it hits 11, you're like, I'm out, Pat. Happy New Year or whatever. You can bounce. You've got so many options. Why does this not want to work? Holy shit, this thing just does not want to go through in a way that is helpful to me. I'm going to try to straighten this out here. See if that's the reason why. There we go. That works. I just had to use more force than I ever want to on a mobile kit. That's fun. A mobile suit, I should say. Model kit. Best of luck. I'll be streaming that night as well, says Lord Crashington. So I'll have to catch the archive. No problem. That's cool. Enjoy that stream. So that's this Saturday. Tomorrow's stream, I will tell you about, is Pat Bear's Anime Club Live. That's right, is the time of the season of the anime season where almost all the shows are done, and then there are new shows coming, and I want to prep people for the new shows. So I will do a stream where recorded live here on Twitch tomorrow night starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. I will talk about all of the shows that I like from this past season and the ones that I stopped watching for various choices, and the ones I never started watching because sometimes I just didn't want to. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll also talk about the preview, and you can learn all about the many romantic comedies and the unbelievable abundance of isekais. Y'all, there are so many fucking isekais, and also some fantasy shows that are not isekais. But I think there might be 10 isekai next season, and plus like Irma, which is a 2-core. So Welcome to Demon School. Yeah, there might be like 11 or 12 isekai next season. It's coming in the spring. If you don't like isekai, sorry, because they're coming. Anticipating the glut of isekai games after Forsaken is out in a few weeks. I mean, the real thing is that like there aren't a lot of anime adaptations that aren't shonen games, right? Fighting games and maybe some RPGs. Obviously, there are games that are made with the idea of making it a multimedia property. So the game comes out in like Korea, and then the anime comes out, and then a game based on the anime that is not at all similar to the original video game comes out. Like that certainly happens, but I do wonder if we will start to see isekai inspired video games out of U.S. independent companies or programmers. I don't know. Groups. I don't know. I would think that would have already happened, but it certainly could again. Honestly, I don't feel like Forspoken is going to influence anything. I think Forspoken is going to come out. It will have fun video clips of the bad dialogue from the beginning of the game, and then maybe some cool art of it, and then that will be it. And my big prediction is that Forspoken is almost immediately forgotten about. Because it does not seem like it is great. It seems like it is fine. That is my preview coverage of Forspoken. It seems okay. All right. So now we got to do one more. D7. D7 is the last piece of the snout here. So we got to get that in. In a little bit, I'll take a pause for the calls. I'll talk about ways you can support the channel, go through all that. Do all my ad, quote unquote, ad reads, my promotion stuff. And then we'll get back to working on this model kit and talking about some anime and some manga. Because I do have some manga. If you don't enjoy me talking about the manga that I have been reading or have read a while back, the next couple weeks might be a little rough for you because all of my anime is done. The only show I have that has a couple more episodes is Witch from Mercury, and it's off next week. So next Monday I can't talk about Witch from Mercury, but like all of my other shows are wrapped up basically. I think like Thursday I'm going to talk about Bocchi the Rock, which is now finished up. And Saturday, I don't know. I don't have anything. I'm going to look to see if there's something that maybe I want to watch on like Friday or Saturday that I skipped. But I think I'm now at the point where I've watched everything from the season that I wanted to watch. So all that's left is like, yeah, you know what? Saturday I'll talk about. So I have some anime to talk about. Saturday I'll talk about like I think the only ongoing that I haven't talked about is probably My Hero Academia. So I guess I can do an update on this season of My Hero Academia because I haven't. That's like the one show I haven't really talked about. But yeah, we are definitely at the point where I am running out of new episodes of anime, and new stuff hasn't started yet. There is the new season starts like January 2nd, I want to say. So let me look. Let me sort by date. Next era. Yes. Adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. Ningen Fusion. Ningen Fusion is starting in a week, and I don't know if I'm going to be watching that because I don't really like the manga. But I might start just because it's something new and give it a chance. Yeah. And then the next day there's an isekai, and I'll probably watch that. It hasn't been picked up by anybody, but there is an isekai about a genius, a weird princess who is a genius with magic. But nobody's picked that up yet, or announced they picked it up yet. But I'll probably watch that. Oh, and then Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. His cool female colleague. I like that. This is a workplace romance about a descendant of ice demons who is just like working in an office, and if he gets emotionally overwhelmed, he accidentally forms like ice and snow stuff. And now he has a crush on his coworker. So it's just a romantic workplace comedy that also has a magical element. And that sounds great to me. There's going to be some good romantic comedies next season. There's a high school one. I think it's Tomo-chan is a girl, about a girl that is just starting to be aware of her feelings. And she used to be pretty tomboyish, so much so that her childhood friend thought that she was a boy. And even though he knows that she's a woman, he doesn't see her as like the opposite sex or a someone to be desired. And it is her like dealing with her sudden feelings about him, and also dealing with the fact that dude does not seem to fucking get it. That like, oh no, I got a fucking crush on you, man. Come on. So that'll be that seems like it'll be a fun show. All right, how does this go together? It kind of shows me how this goes together. That this has got to lock in like this. So that locks in like that. And then we can get some movement here of the nose. And then this wraps around here. And then got to make sure I put the bends in here properly. Because otherwise the lid won't, the head won't come together right if these aren't bent in properly. Also, then the nose could move around. This is a pretty ingenious invention here, or development here, to give you some movement of this without it feeling, to give it a little bit of life here in the movement, without having to have like metal parts or anything like that. It's a pretty good idea. And then this just bends around there. That. Yeah, this is pretty neat how this is done. And luckily, fairly intuitive, because I don't know what I would do if it wasn't intuitive. I'm actually going to snip off part of that like that. Yeah, we'll snip that off. All right. So that should snap in place, hold everything where it needs to be held, and not fall out. We'll find out. But right now, as far as I can tell, that was the most complicated part of this kit. So if that's the most complicated part, I'm feeling pretty good about that. But we do have some stickers to put on here. Got to get some stickers together on this. Where does that go? C2, C3. Oh, that just shows me how the stickers, how it looks. Okay. We got to put some stickers on this once we get it together. Polycap 32.2. Polycap 132.2. Got it. Sorry, everybody. It for some reason this is labeled Polycap 132. These are polycaps from 2008. Generic polycaps. So there might be some extra. We might not need all these polycaps. Polycap 2. I'm just figuring this out as we go, friends. As I said, this thing's not in English, so, just got to kind of do my best. Figure this part out. We do want the nose to look good because, it's going to... It is one of the unique elements of this kit, so we do want it to look right. It goes like that. And then this is the down part there. Okay. But yeah, that's tomorrow's stream, is talking about anime. Hope you can tune in. I do like doing the live versions, or the recorded live versions of Pat Bear's Anime Club. That is fun for me to converse with people like that. All right, so that can put together, and now I need a sticker here. These stickers are sometimes frustrating because they are not numbered in a way that I can easily read. Ah, got it. Okay. We'll get these stickers on, then we'll take a pause for the cost. And I'll talk about ways you can support the channel and all that. But let me get these stickers on so that way at least we're done with this step. All right. Yeah, that looks fine. One less thing to panel line. We haven't had to panel line anything yet. I mean, we'll do the head here once it's all together. Can panel line this as well, but would we like this to be 2 pieces of plastic instead of 2 big stickers on there? Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice. We're not getting that, but it would be nice. And then we'll use black on this. Just hit this with some black. Good there. And then hit this with some black as well. That there. Right there. All right. All right. Now is the time where I'm going to talk to you about ways you can support what I do here. All of the things I'm about to say are optional. You don't have to do any of these things if you would like to do them. That's rad. If you don't want to do them, that's also fine, and I understand. Let's start by saying, please throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, and the Tier 2 Blue emote if you are a subscriber. Subscribing is the easiest way to support what I do here. Again, all of the things I'm going to talk about here are optional. You don't have to do any of these, but if you'd like to, that would be great. But being a subscriber is the easiest way to support me through $5 a month or your Prime Gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime, you link it with your Twitch. That allows you to support someone for free once a month. If you aren't doing it for me, please do it for somebody else. We are currently at 39 subscribers for the month. The goal is to always hit 40 during the month. If you would like to become a subscriber, you can do that. Now would be a great time to do that. If you want to gift a sub, Bobby Dice Roller and Aristophan are on the gift sub leaderboard. You could gift a sub to somebody in the community. That would be neat. You could do it anonymously, or you could do it and get credit. Also, Harold and Lord Crashington are the top of our bits. So the bits with some cheers, which is always appreciated as another way to support me right in the comfort of Twitch. You don't even have to leave Twitch to support me. You can do it right here. Obviously, these are, like I said, this is all optional stuff. These are things you can do if you would like. If you don't want to support me financially through Twitch, but you still want to throw me a couple bucks a month, might I suggest my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, a $3, a $5, and a $10 tier. There are different rewards for the different tiers. It is a rolling admission. So if you join today, you will not be charged for an entire month. You won't be charged today and then also again on the 1st. You get a month, like you would expect, but not always how that is. like you'd expect with most services, except like Japanese streaming services and how Patreon used to be. So you can join there, see if there's a reward that works for you. Also, you could always go to my YouTube channel and join and become a member there at youtube.com/PatBear. Subscribing is free, but if you'd like to become a member, you're more than welcome to do that. $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos a day early. So my last episode of Do You Remembaer, a little later than normal, will go out to patrons tomorrow. So you can get that tomorrow. And patrons, my $5 and $10 patrons, and my $2 YouTube members will get that a day early. Let's see. Those are all monthly ways to support me. There's also one-offs through Coffee or PayPal or Stream Elements if you just want to do a one-time donation. Stream Elements is good if you want to use a credit card. That is a good option for that. Everything I make through direct donations through YouTube and Patreon and Twitch all goes into a fund, and I buy model kits. I bought the Juaggu right here and the Aile Strike. These kits were bought by me. I was just like, oh, these are things that I would like to have in my backlog. I would like to build these at some point. Because of your generosity, I am able to do so, and I appreciate that very much. So anytime you make any kind of donation or subscription, anything like that, just know that it goes into directly supporting me to continue to do this work, which is these streams. Let's see. Now, I talked about how I bought something very expensive off my Amazon wish list. Sometimes I buy things off the list myself. You could also buy something from my wish list. It doesn't have to be an expensive item. It could just be a model kit or a Lego set you think is neat and you'd like to see me build. And I'll make a dedicated YouTube video about the thing that you've purchased, and it'll jump the queue and become the next thing that I build, because that's the least thing I could do. I have new Lego stuff that I put in here, including some Lego 3-in-1s, a Lego 3-in-1's Cyber Drone, and the Lego 3-in-1's Lego 3-in-1 off-road buggy. Those are 3-in-1s that I did not know existed and recently added into my wish list. There's some model kits, some Pokemon stuff, inexpensive kits, expensive kits, kits with free Prime shipping, kits with free shipping, all kinds of different things. Some very cool looking model kits and some very expensive model kits that are just not priced conveniently. All kinds of different stuff, and including the Tall Geese Flugen that is now the most expensive kit on the wish list. And then some gear at the bottom because gear is so nice. Oh, I'm going to take off this compressed air duster thing. Is apparently no longer available. I will find a replacement and put that on the wish list. So that is on me. I will take care of that soon. But yeah, I like to have some gear. And again, it jumps the queue. I build it sooner than I would build anything else. You make the fun stuff in my backlog wait even longer. Least I could do. I have a throne wish list if you want to support me through a different service. If you don't want to go through Amazon, which I understand and appreciate. And then also, you can always go to USA Gundam Store, buy a gift card, and then send me a gift card code and be like, hey, Pat, you should buy something here. Send me a DM on Twitter or a whisper here on Twitch with the gift card code. They've got some Witch from Mercury stuff that I would not mind buying. So feel free to help me purchase those. I have one in my backlog now, and I would like to get other ones. The Lith, unfortunately, still has not been released. Even I pre-ordered it. I'll get it someday, but it has not been publicly released yet, so I cannot build that. If you want to support me for free and not spend a dime, join my Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. I post stuff that I'm working on outside of the stream. If that ever happens, it rarely does. Pat Bear's Anime Club. I will, record a new one on Tuesday. This latest Pat Bear's Anime Club is my Pat Bear's Anime Awards video. So if you would like to know what fictional awards were given out to anime for anime most obviously based on a light novel, it's just an anime with a long title, or worst anime, like worst looking anime, or the Just For Me Award, which is an anime that I know I can't convince you to watch, but I'm still going to want to talk about it because it's great. You can watch that. And then Do You Remembaer, an ongoing video series where every week up until this next week, hastily research a topic and then do a video about said topic. This video is about the Yule Lads. It is a segment of the Icelandic Christmas folklore Wikipedia page. I just want to talk about Yule Lads. I didn't want to talk about any of the other excellent Iceland folklore. I just want to talk about the 13 dudes that on the 13 nights leading up to Christmas just fuck shit up in your house. Steal stuff, knock things over, slam doors, just general nuisances in order to make you be an okay kid and not to make trouble for your house, because if you're a good kid, they don't show up, I think. I don't know. It was a fun video to make. I also want to say, speaking of videos, I just got a comment during this stream saying, I was confused till I watched your video, thank you. And that is from the How to Set Up CPU versus CPU Matches in WWE 2K22. We got another one, friends. Another person was like, hey, thank you. That's lovely to see. I'm happy that another person appreciated my video because I was confused for so long that I'm so glad that people are now looking at my video and getting the answers they need. And also leaving comments. That's so nice that people are leaving comments. I'm going to heart that comment. And then I'm going to quickly see how many people have watched this video. 32 views in 11 days. Not great, not bad. But also, I feel like that video is going to get views for a while. That makes me happy. I'm glad I'm helping people because I was so confused for so long. That I'm glad that some people are getting some knowledge now. All right, we're going to talk about some manga, and then we're going to talk about some anime. And we'll do that. But before we do that, I have to drink some water and dramatically transition to the overhead camera to get back to working on this kit. So let's do that right now. All right, we're back. And let's get this going here. We're going to figure out how this goes. Does it go like that? No? Okay. It goes like this? Yeah. That's how it goes. Does it look great? This is fun because I'm like, I don't really know. Yes, this is how it goes. Great. We have now locked in the front of the snout? Question mark on this. So that's done. Yep, got some wiggle room here. Okay, so we've locked that in. Need to find E5. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about some manga. Oops. Hold on. Hit the undo. Okay, great. Let's talk about some manga. Housekeeping Mage from Another World. Making your adventures feel like home. I've read a lot of this. I bought several volumes. I think I bought 2 volumes. There might be a third that I haven't gotten to yet, but I've read, yes, I've only read 2 volumes of this and blazed through it. This is over the Christmas. I wanted to talk about it because it's fresh in my mind. Is that, Pat, you saying Housekeeping Mage from Another World. So this is an isekai. Yes, but I am telling you that the main character, who is a housekeeping mage, I am letting you know that she is an isekai protagonist. But from the start of the manga, she is the main character, but she is not the starting character, which is probably why I don't know if this is going to ever get an anime adaptation. One, because it is focused on, it is a slice of life. There is some adventure. It's mostly a slice of life, but it's not a chill slice of life. It is a romantic drama that uses isekai as a foundation for these two characters to interact. Because our main character at the start is just a good adventurer. He's just a solid adventurer who has been away for a few years, comes back, and is like, hey. They're like, oh, you know what? we're sending you on this quest. You got to get this house. You got to get the housekeeping mage to be in your party. You'll love it. Everybody swears by her. And our guy's like, what does that mean? Like, yeah, I've had porters before. I've had, like, buffers. Like, what? What do you mean housekeeping mage? Like, you'll get it. She came up with the name herself. You'll get it as soon. It's the best time you've ever camped. Because she can't do attack magic. She doesn't have attack spells. She can lightly heal, but that's not her thing. But she knows how to cook. And she can store ingredients freshly and prepare great foods and does barriers around the campgrounds that keeps monsters away. And also regular insects and stuff. And also, she'll wash her clothes and has figured out unique and interesting ways to do laundry. And your clothes come out fresh. And morale is improved because you're eating great home-cooked meals. And everyone is really appreciative. And this girl works so hard and she's so self-deprecating about the work she's done. And it's just like, it's just a good time. Everyone just has a very good time with her around. That like, she seems neat. And our dude is like, this girl is very cool. And he gets warned by the guildmaster, be like, hey, you gotta treat her nice, treat her with respect, be cool. I treat this girl like my little sister. So like, I don't want to hear you getting, you making anything, life tough for her at all or anything like that. And really post home. And then we get her perspective, right? Eventually we do get her perspective. We as a viewer or reader already have figured out, oh, this is an isekai story. This girl came from another world and she's figuring stuff out. Part of her figuring shit out is trauma. Is fucking gut-wrenching trauma. What would normally be like, oh yeah, this kind of shaped who I am in another manga. Like, how Banished or Kicked Out, the really sad version of Banished is Left for Dead or Used as Bait. That happened with our crew. She was injured, and instead of giving her potions, they just ditched her. And she managed to survive. And the former guild master was in on it with this party, so people didn't really get punished as much as they should have by the time they figured out what was going on. But yeah, the backstory, our main character works really hard for very little reward because she is constantly afraid that people will no longer want or need her and she will be rejected again. And she also is aware of that, which is sad. She knows like what's going on and is just really afraid of being abandoned. And our main dude, we learn through backstory stuff. We don't have every piece of it, but we learn this dude also has been abandoned and also feels alone and also went through similar trauma. And so their slow budding romance, we're at the point now where it's like becoming a reality. There are people that love her and there are people that care for her, but her experience, even before she was abandoned and left for dead, her previous party was basically gaslighting her into thinking that she had no self-worth and that she was useless. So when she hears compliments about her food, it's hard for her to take because they, in an effort to monopolize her, browbeated her down to make her think that she, that they were doing her a favor by keeping her around. So there's some heavy shit, and there's some like legitimate sad stuff going on in this story that I was not expecting. I was not expecting this to be as a deep of a story as I got. So it is a slow romance between some broken characters who are trying to figure out their place in the world. It's also a survival story, and it is a somewhat realistic isekai about like what happens when you show up in a fantasy world and you don't know the language, but you're learning. You're learning because you've been given charity by some people, so you're doing everything you can to pay them back, and dealing with neglect and abuse and feeling like you don't matter and you don't deserve happiness. And it's just like it is a incredibly, in some parts, sad story. Also, there's a slime. There's a slime, a very good slime, a named slime that the bonus stories are from the point of view of the slime, which are fantastic. Because this slime, basically, our main character was left for dead and would have died, except this slime came by that she fed some food to before she was injured. And the slime was like, this human is nice. I'm going to help this human. They don't have she didn't subjugate it. It's not a contract. It is just a friendship. There's a whole fun chapter of like once a year they go back to where the slime is from to go hang out with other slimes, which is very fun. But yeah, this slime is like independent, has jobs. The favorite part is this slime is an exterminator, exterminates rodents from businesses, like food-based businesses, and they're all really excited by this slime. So the slime has part-time jobs, which is very silly and very fun, and is, I will say, for this story, 100% necessary to make the story a little less tragic and a little more enjoyable as a piece of media. So I do not think that Housekeeping Mage from Another World, making adventurers feel like home, make your adventures feel like home. I do not think that this story will get an anime adaptation. It could, but I think that it is not as breezy as people. It's either not as breezy or not as like revenge filled, because she like just wants to get over it. She's not looking for them to be put in jail for their obvious motherfucking crimes. These fucking assholes. But she's not necessarily looking for that. But it is really good, and I do recommend it. I think if you're looking for an isekai, it's a little slower, maybe a little more dramatic, you could do way worse than Housekeeping Mage from Another World. So it gets my recommendation after all that. Available digital in a bunch of different places. I believe I got mine at Bookwalker, because I have an account on Bookwalker, and I use that service quite a bit. So let's see. It's going to be 5 and 4. We are almost done with the head here. And then we are working on, I don't know what this is. Oh, I believe this is the chest. Yeah, we're working on the chest now. The chest that is also the chest is what we're working on next. Okay. Well, let's finish the head, and then we got a panel on this head too. This weird thing. I believe I'm going to just use black on all of this. I could use gray on this. Maybe we'll do gray first here to see if we like it. Yeah, we'll do gray on this, and black on the darker pieces. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That sounds good. Yeah, that'll look good. All right, so now I know what colors to use. Gray and black. All right, let's start getting into some anime talk. We got 2 shows. We have Mobile Suit Gundam, Witch from Mercury. We were off last week. We are off next week. My overall note on this episode is, oh, really? Oh, fucking really? Huh. All right, writers, directors, and producers of Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury. Now you're getting into this gay shit, huh? Right before some obvious tragedy is coming, right as we are getting into some fucking, like, our girl going through a lot of emotions, positive, that we're going to get into, like, probably going to have to fucking murder some people, one would assume. I don't know. But shit's getting... What I'm trying to say is shit is getting real, and you dump us with some, like, a lovely moment right before shit gets real. Cool, cool, cool. Great, great, great. Better not have any tragic queer figures in this goddamn... I mean, right now we don't have any queer villains, but we better not have some tragic queer characters in this. Assholes. Now I can get into further discussion as I start to panel on this. So, Earth House is going to Quetta to pick up Ariel. But while we're doing this, so Suletta, in the previous episode, Suletta is starting to, like, she's just... Look, these are the first friends she's ever had. She's engaged this girl, but what does that even mean? Mjorni, I should say. What does it even mean to be engaged to this girl? Like, what are feelings? What is having friends? Like, this is all new shit to her. Meanwhile, like, they got a business together and all this stuff. But yeah, she is scared of everyone, that everyone is gonna just drop her. There's some stuff here about how, like, her mom is revealing who she is and what's going on, and there's a lot of conflict between different characters. And then you've got the terrorist group Dawn of Fold. They had a hijacked ship. They now have mobile suits into Quetta, and Ghoul is, like, really mad that they've got some mobile suits there. Nika is just like, hey, Mjorni, like, you gotta learn to pick up Suletta's cues here, because Suletta is clearly, like, freaked out about stuff and really worried. You gotta, like, talk to your fiance. Because Suletta's, like, talking to her mom about how, like, just how insecure he is. So Mjorni confronts Suletta, and then she's just like, hey, you need... A very fun thing is when a tsundere character says that someone else needs to be honest. More honest. It's like, okay. And she's just like, hey, I don't like some of these other things. You got to do some stuff. Promise me you'll do this stuff. Promise me you'll do that stuff. There's, like, a lovely hug. You know, is this romance blooming? Is this just a deep friendship that neither has really had before? We're really, you know, this looking romance, but also, you know, they're young characters, so who really knows? But it is a lovely, great moment. Yeah, show, you're gonna give us this, right? That's beautiful. Nothing could make this less beautiful. Oh wait, it's an attack from the Dawn of Fold. And you got Sophie and Noria from Dawn of Fold. They're like they're taking over. They're separating parts of it. And then they're separated. Our girls are separated. And Suletta and Mjorni are separated. And then there's one of them is confronting, and they're like, wait a minute, you're from Earth. And then no episode next week. Lastbrick says, I'm glad they resolved the drama because it was really twisting the knife in my heart. So they did resolve by having a lovey-dovey moment of, like, a nice, beautiful little moment of them, like, you know, having a fight and expressing their feelings, and, like, in a fairly healthy manner, and, like, talking it out and hugging it out. And it's lovely. And it's nice to have right before shit goes fucking wrong, because we can't have nice things for that long, right? Like, obviously, there's going to be drama. We got Gundams. Gundams equals murder and death and sadness, and war is bad. With the new wrinkle in this season, oh, war is bad, and companies are the new nations. Which is like, yeah, all right, okay, yes. So, but you're right. If I can be positive, Lashbrook, they at least have reconciled and are starting to figure out their own relationship. And then hopefully that will drive them further in the future shenanigans and sadness that is to come. And who knows exactly what's going to go down with all of this, but it doesn't look great for everybody. That's what I'll say. We got 2 weeks to savor this episode. And then we got Beast Tamer. This is episode 13 of 13. I will just say, I don't know why this show had 13 episodes. This episode feels like episode 1 of season 2, which I don't know, I can't tell you for sure if this show is going to get a season 2, but this really 100% felt like the first episode of a season 2, rather than the 13th episode, because at the end of the 12th episode, they defeated the villain, the demon, and like didn't fix all their problems because they still have the looming threat of how the hero wants to eventually kill Rain and definitely try to kill Rain with the help of a fucking demon. But anyway, the demon was defeated, and it's like, okay, well, that probably should have been the end of the thing. But here we go. After saving the city, Nina officially joins the party. Nina is the demigod, the fox spirit. She now makes a contract. We don't know what abilities she has given Rain. I hope it's instant transmission. The site-to-site teleport. I hope that's the power that she gave him, because that will make him even stronger. And it'll also help him fight stronger opponents. We don't know. The guild and the knights are now getting along. Now that Stella's in charge, and they're working together to help rebuild the city, which is cool. So that's fun stuff that we didn't necessarily need to know, but is kind of nice to see. All right, so this goes like this, and then this goes like that. We're working on the chest here, so I just gotta put these together, right? Like this, okay. And then we need E7, which is here. So that's good. Okay, so Rain was E rank, which was silly, because when he was in the heroes party, excuse me, they never let him rank up because they said he didn't do anything, so he was never able to rank up with them. But he now has ranked up to C rank, which is a big jump from E, but is certainly, in my opinion, not a big enough jump. It's not a big enough jump, considering the fact that our dude defeated a demon and saved a whole goddamn city. So you think he would have jumped up maybe a little bit more, but he didn't. He only jumped up to C, which is great. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. And they're going to get a sizable reward. Turns out there's an incentive to keep good adventurers still working. They're going to help him find a place to live, because they've been staying in an inn in 2 beds, and now they have Nina as part of the crew. They really can't have, like, just can't all be in there, because they're a party of 6 now, right? 2, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 people, so they can't stay there. So they go and look at a bunch of different places. They find one that's like huge, has a garden and a kitchen and a big kitchen and a bath area and everything they wanted, right? One catch. It is haunted. There is a ghost there. And they're like, we can handle that. You know, Kanade is scared of ghosts, which is fun. But, the fun quirk. But they go in, and then they're like, oh yeah, there's definitely a fucking ghost here. Now, if you're wondering, Pat, is this ghost a young lady? The answer is, of fucking course it is. Of course this ghost is a lady. We got a lady ghost. What is her name? Tina. We got a lady ghost named Tina. She was a maid, and then she died. She was murdered by the person that had, her boss. And she does not know why she is a ghost, but she is. And she is currently inhabiting this house, and she wants everyone to get out of there. She's like, get out of this house. And they're like, no. She's like, I'll scare you and do whatever, and you can't harm me. And they're like, wait, you can't harm us, though. I'm like, yeah, but get out of here. And they're like, no. Also, hey, you know how Rain can communicate with, he can have multiple contracts, which Beast Tamers are not supposed to do? Apparently, our boy Rain also learned, Phantom taming, which means that he can tame ghosts so he can block her movements. And she's just like, oh, fine, I'll leave. And they're like, no, we didn't. What are you talking about? We didn't say you'd have to go. You can hang out. She's like, what do you mean? Why would I hang out? They're like, no, live here. Like, this is your house too? Well, we're gonna stay. Look, we got all these cool people. And she's like, what? And it's like, just go with it. Rain is like this, like they knew immediately that if this ghost was nice, that she was going to stay. So now they have a party of 6 of all different ultimate species and a ghost. This town is just openly fucking hostile to the hero and his party because when a demon attacked, they didn't do shit. And because they don't have a lot of money, because they're not doing quests well, and they don't know how to budget because Rain did all that, they're just like, hey, give us this for free. People were just like, no, you didn't do shit. They're like, the Beast Tamer helped and you didn't. Then we get a like, I'll end you, Rain. Like the hero who is clearly not a hero is just like, because he's clearly sucked shit. He's just like, I'll get you, Rain. And maybe he will. Again, we are now past the manga. We are now in the because this is based on the light novel. But the manga adaptation was very similar to the light novel. So, as far as I've been able to tell, it was, pretty much the same. But we are now at the point where we're past the manga. So, this information I had not seen in the manga. The manga, if I remember correctly, the most up-to-date chapters of the manga that I have read were dealing with the demon still. So, hadn't solved that problem. But now I know how they do it. Because Nina helps. So, that's good. But my guess is it would be like the summer before we get there in the manga. Because, monthly releases and all that. It'll probably be the summer before I get that resolved. These stickers have to curve. I'm not a big fan of stickers that have to do that, but this will hopefully be okay. I do want this to look good because this is this part could have been plastic, but on a high grade, I understand why it's not. But I do want this to look good because this is, pretty noticeable. Oops. Yeah, this is annoying because I kind of have to curve these stickers and then line it up. I have to line it up and then kind of bend it as I'm putting it in and then adjust it so that it can be cone shaped. As you can see here, I'm just going to use the part separator to kind of balance that out. But you can see here, it's 2 stickers that have to kind of go around, and you kind of need to nail that. But yeah, that's the end of Beast Tamer. So, again, I would have said this would have been fine, episode 1 of season 2, because this whole episode did feel unnecessary, just in general. But overall, Beast Tamer is a fantastic series that I highly recommend. Because if you liked your adventure series with an overpowered main character, it's not an isekai, but it is, I think, a fairly breezy show about, good people and a main character who is very nice and does not seem to understand. It is a harem show where the main character does not understand that he is desired and in a harem. He just does not seem to pick that part up. To him, he has just made companions and friends, and he is very grateful to finally have that after being in a loving family and village at a youth, but then later in an orphanage and never feeling like he had anywhere to belong. Because at the end of it, Rain, at the dinner table, starts crying because he realizes how happy he is and how fulfilled he is, surrounded by fun people in his new home. And how grateful he is with his new family of unbelievably overpowered fantasy characters who all have a contract with him which is weird. If you try thinking about it for too long, it actually is very weird. But in general, it's a fine enough show. All right. We'll give this a little bit of some panel lining. This kit is so weird looking. It's so weird. I love it. Oh, how weird this thing is. This doesn't even really need panels, but we'll give it some panels. We'll try to spruce it up a little bit here. You'll probably be able to see some of it. That is it for my anime and manga recommendations or thoughts. Again, more manga recommendations coming every stream until there's new anime. So basically, Thursday and Saturday stream, I will be going through multiple. I'll basically do like 2 manga and an anime. So on Thursday, I'm going to talk about Bocchi the Rock. And then on Saturday, I'll talk about My Hero Academia, the shows that I have been watching, but not necessarily covering every week. I'll kind of give those some attention, but also do some manga recommendations in the downtime. But then on Monday, it looks like I will have some new stuff to talk about. And then again, if you want a lot of anime talk, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern is your I don't know, the thing you should go and check out. That's going to be the sweet spot, because that is going to be. Last episode was like 2.5 hours, I believe. The last live one I did, because there's a lot to talk about. I think this one will be. There's going to be a lot to preview, but I think there's actually be less for me to talk about as far as the shows I'm watching, because I think I watched less shows in the fall season than I did in the summer. By the end of it, so. But I'll try to keep the first half of the show moving, because the second half is going to be long. Because there's a lot of fucking anime coming out next season. Holy shit, there's a lot of anime. It's going to be good. What are y'all playing? You playing any video games? You watching any TV? Did you watch any holiday specials the past couple of days? Now's a great time to hear from you, friends. If you've been watching anything, or did you go to the movies? Let me know. You watch stuff on Netflix, or you've been watching football. Did you watch the football game on Christmas Day that was on Nickelodeon, where you had Christmas elf Gronk explaining things to kids, because the idea is that it's supposed to be like kids watching. I watched a couple clips of it, but that was the extent. I didn't really get too deep into it. We're paneling this accordion looking neck before we put it in, because it'll be hard to panel line it once it's in. So we're just doing it now. This is one of the pieces that definitely will be very noticeable that we have done panel lining on, and I think will look actually pretty damn sharp with some nice panels on here. Maybe we don't have to do the back, but we might as well while we're here. John watched Gremlins and Glass Onion over Christmas Eve and just started Death Stranding today. Yeah, I got Death Stranding for free. I did not get the Oops. We actually put out the DLC, the director's cut, for free. I did not get that before they fixed it, but I did get Death Stranding. Will I ever play Death Stranding? I don't know, maybe. I will say, boo on Nexus mods. Nexus mods, there are some Death Stranding PC mods, but nobody put the all of the the energy drinks that were in the original that were taken out later because that deal was done. I don't think anyone's put those energy drinks back in, which is like, come on, mods. I don't know for sure. I haven't really looked at the Nexus mods for that. I got to look into it. But I now have a copy of Death Stranding, but I don't have any necessary plans to play it. Oristophan, we're talking about that. We watched Glass Onion, which is a fun ride. My eldest keeps praising Pentiment, so I started it up. Hell yeah. Pentiment isn't like my favorite. I don't know if it would be in my top 10. Not that I have a top 10 for games. I don't know if Pentiment would be in my top 10, but I certainly really enjoyed my time with it. I'm done with that game, but I did like it. I did have fun playing it. So again, I don't know if that would be necessarily in my in my top 10, but I did enjoy my time with it. Death Stranding was a terrific game, but don't get too concerned about the story. Building the network was a very smooth gaming experience for me a few years ago. Nice, Aristophan. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to actually play it, but I own it, so that's fun. I don't think you can get me to play Death Stranding again unless you mod out the story. So also, I would probably get the director's cut. If I do end up playing that game, I will shell out for the DLC, the director's cut DLC. I will shell out for that probably. I don't expect to actually play that game, but like I said, maybe. All right, let's put this. Yeah, we're never going to see this neck piece, but let's actually connect it. Ooh, why is this not? Ooh. Did I not put in a piece here? I might have missed a piece on the head, friends. I'm glad we figured this out now. Looking at this, polycap 1. I did, friends. Oh no. I did not put the polycap in the head that I need to connect it to the neck piece. There's no piece right there. So now we get to figure out how to do this. This is fun. How do I separate the top to get access to that without breaking anything? That's fun. Get the DLC to do some sick tricks. Ooh, okay. Lysandus played Death Stranding twice. You really enjoyed it. Hell yeah. I did pick up the Tactics Ogre Reborn with some gift cards I got. Nice, Lord Crashing. I've been getting the free games from Epic, because free games are free games. Okay, so that's not going to work. Maybe I could just pop. Yes, okay. I think I can separate the top from here. Okay. I can separate here. All right, great. We're doing this nice and slow. I can remove that piece. And I can remove this piece. And then I can put this in. I can't believe I missed this polycap. This polycap is important. There we go. All right, so we put that in. Now we can put this back on. Here. Our eye. Okay, let me get a look at that. Then we can put this back on here. Okay, great. Oh boy, y'all, that's very good to know. Hell yeah. And now it's connected. And this is already so weird looking. I love how weird this thing is. Master repair, yes. Well, thankfully, it was not a hard thing to fix. The Fist game that's free today is a Metroid-like. Yes, Fist is apparently a Metroidvania that is good. So I'm happy about that. Oh, John, you decided to play it because you've had it, but because it was free, or Death Stranding was free, you were like, oh, I guess I should check that out because I have it. That's fun. Hey, we're going to be checking it out next week, but I'll start over when we check it out next week because I've been playing through Lego Build, whatever it's called. I can't remember. I don't know why I can't ever remember the full name. Lego Builder's Journey. That game is really fucking fun. That was a free game from Epic. We'll be playing that next Tuesday, not tomorrow, but the following Tuesday, the first stream of January, the first building stream of January, bonus stream of January, will be that game, and I'm looking forward to it because it's fun. It is a diorama like puzzle game, like short little puzzles. The vibe is really fun. Sometimes it's like a little sad and weird, but like cool. I've just gotten to a part where things get like kind of broken on storyline wise, or in the game, and that's fun. But I'll start over and we'll start fresh when I do it. There's also a creative mode which I have not checked out, but I will check out before the stream so I can be knowledgeable about it. Oh, nice, you got Tactics Ogre as well. Also, that Tuesday, not tomorrow, but the following Tuesday, we will start with Last Call BBS, and I will do the one build that we have not done. Should I do that? I still don't know if I should do that. Yeah, we'll do both. We'll do that. We'll do like the Lego game and also that. So it'll be like Last Call BBS, like the one build I haven't done, and also because it got added sometime since I streamed it. And then also we'll jump in and do Lego Builder's Journey because like you get the vibe of that game, once we go. And I don't know if I actually want to stream that game for like 2 hours, on its own. But speaking of streaming, we're done with that for tonight. Thank you to everybody that hung out. We had a lot of viewers tonight. This is a good, busy Monday, which is lovely to see. We are going to end tonight's festivities, tonight's stream. Let me just pull this down a little bit here. With a raid. That is how we end every stream. We're going to go find somebody doing some cool shit out there. And we're going to go give them a raid and go hang out with them. Because, you know, it's nice to share the love. Whoever we end up raiding, it will be somebody with a cool community of nice people. Because that is a priority of mine, is that I send you... As John says, we always end with a raid. That is my priority, to send you to someone doing cool stuff. Let's see real quick who is streaming here. Why do I got an ad. I just want to see. Okay, no, this is not the person. There's a collective, and I didn't know who was streaming. It might have been a good friend of mine, but it's not. So we are going to go raid Mary Kish. We love raiding Mary on a Monday. Mary is playing Paradise Marsh, which is her first playthrough of this. It's an indie Christmas, or maybe Christmas is just a tag she put in there. Paradise Marsh, I don't know anything about, but we're going to go see what's up with that and hang out with Mary, because Mary rules. Thank you so much. It's Merry Mondays, indeed. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Again, come along on this raid. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for anime talk. Lots of fucking anime talk. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye.